Greetings, cocktail aficionados. It's John Moser with another edition of Cocktails Out of Quarantine. I'm really excited today to show you how to make one of my all-time favorite cocktails, one that has special meaning to me. It's called the Ninth Ward. Here's why it has special meaning to me. We went to a place in Cleveland, we've been there several times, it's wonderful, called the Velvet Tango Room. And the Velvet Tango Room really gave me my first exposure to really fine crafted cocktails. And something jumped out at me on the menu called the Ninth Ward. And when I tried it, I thought, this is amazing. I am going to find out how to make this, and I'm going to acquire all the ingredients that it takes to make this. Sure enough, I did, and that's what started me on the road to making my own cocktails. It's not a very difficult drink, although it does take a number of ingredients. I'm going to show you now exactly what you need. But first, let me mention something about the history. Unlike a lot of the cocktails I've shown you on this in this video series, the Ninth Ward does not have a really deep history. It was invented in 2008 by legendary Boston bartender Brother Cleve. That's how he's known. He designed it for an event called Tales of the Cocktail. This is an annual event for cocktail fanatics that takes place in New Orleans every year, and it's become huge. One of my dreams is to attend this. It's in late July, obviously canceled this year. Thank you, COVID-19. But one of these days I'm gonna make it to Tales of the Cocktail. Anyway, he designed this for that event, and the name was a play on an earlier cocktail, a classic called the Ward 8. He named it the Ninth Ward because that was the neighborhood in New Orleans that was most devastatingly hit by Hurricane Katrina just 3 years earlier. That's the history of the drink. Again, it's only been around for about 12 years, but I'm gonna show you how to make it now. Here's what you're gonna need if you wanna make it. The Ninth Ward is a bourbon-based cocktail, so we're gonna start out with, obviously, bourbon. Again, I like Bulleit, but use what you like. Velvet Falernum. This is not something that you find in very many home bars. I had to do some looking in order to find it. Velvet Falernum, if you know anything about orgeat syrup, in some ways it's like that. It's very mildly alcoholic. It's a liqueur after all. It tastes of lime, almond, and clove, but it is cane-based, so it's also sweet, and that's going to give us the sweetness in this recipe. Saint Germain, one of my favorite liqueurs. Elderflower really gives a fresh sweetness to it. We are going to have 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, and we're going to hit this with a couple of dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Peychaud's, I mean, if you want to make New Orleans style cocktails, Peychaud's is a must. And Peychaud's is not all that difficult to find if you go to a well-stocked liquor store. All right, everybody ready? Well, let's get started. We're gonna start with 1.5 ounces of our bourbon. Well, we're gonna go with 1/4 ounce, so really just a tiny splash of the Saint Germain. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. Let's see how much control I have. That is about right. And a 1/2 ounce of the Falernum. That's going to give it a nice sweetness. A little bit too much. I'm going to pour back. There we go. 1/2 ounce of that. 3/4 ounces of lime. So I get my handy dandy squeezer. Half a lime is going to do nicely to get us 3/4 ounces. Put that in here. And a couple of dashes of Peychaud's. All of that poured into cocktail shaker with ice. Shake it good. And we're going to use a martini glass for this one. Look at that nice color. Almost looks like grapefruit juice. This is the Ninth Ward. Let me give it a try. Oh, that's perfect. This is really good for hot summer days. I enjoy one of these pretty much any time of year, however. So this is a great drink. If you can get your hands on some Velvet Falernum and all the other ingredients, go ahead and make this. I strongly recommend it. So until next time, cheers.